Who is this sacred bull sitting in silence before the temple of Shiva? You first see a bull carved from stone, always facing the inner shrine, sitting silent and still. But I was wondering, why is he here? And why a bull? Why does he always face the same way? There's something in his gaze, as if his eyes see more than just Shiva, as if he's guarding something deeper. I was really curious who the bull is. What is the meaning? So I started asking around. Some said, he's Shiva's best friend. Others whispered, he's the messenger. Tell him your wish. He'll carry it to Shiva. These are nice stories, but that didn't explain much to me. So I asked more questions. I found some interesting things. In Hindu tradition, he is called Nandi. He isn't just a bull, he's the personal companion of Lord Shiva. He is his guardian, his ride, and his most loyal follower. But I found a story that changed everything for me. One that explains why Nandi doesn't just sit here for show. It's a story about the day the whole universe was in danger. Let me explain. Long ago, the gods and demons were in trouble. They both wanted a special power, but neither could get it alone. So just once they agreed to work together. They believed the ocean was hiding magical treasures, including a drink called amrit, a nectar that could make a being impossible to kill. The gods wanted it to keep balance in the universe. The demons wanted it to break that balance and rule forever. To get it, they had to stir the ocean like a giant pot. Therefore, they used a mountain as the stirring stick and a massive snake as the rope to pull it back and forth. So the ocean began to give up some of its secrets. But the first thing that came out wasn't nectar, it was poison. The poison that came out of the ocean was called halahala. It was extremely deadly, so deadly that just one drop could destroy all life in the universe. Everyone froze, and they looked at each other. You know, this is where most people wait for someone else to act. This is where loyalty and courage shows themselves. Something happened that changed everything. Shiva stepped forward. He picked up the poison and drank it, not to gain anything, not to prove anything, but to protect everyone. The poison burned inside him like fire. His throat began to turn dark, and that's when Nandi acted. He ran to Shiva, took some of the poison into himself, and held it there, so it wouldn't hurt his master. It burned him too, but Nandi didn't care, because for him, protecting Shiva was more important than his own life. They say Nandi's devotion for Shiva softened the poison's effect, and Shiva's throat turned blue instead of black. That's why people call Shiva Nilakantha, the blue-throated one. Even today, people remember that moment. On the night of Shivratri, they pour milk over the Shiva lingam, not just as a ritual, but as a way of cooling the fire that once burned in his throat. This is a way of saying, we remember your sacrifice. And Nandi, he went right back to his post in front of Shiva, watching, guarding, always ready. But what does this all mean? Nandi isn't just a bull statue. He's a reminder that real strength is quiet, that you don't need to shout to be powerful. That devotion is proven in the hardest moments, not when it's easy, not when people are watching. His stillness isn't laziness, it's readiness, like the friend who doesn't call every day, but is at your door the second you need them. He teaches that discipline is holding your ground until the exact second your action is needed, and then giving everything in that moment without hesitation, like a firefighter sitting quietly in the truck, not running around for no reason. But the second the alarm rings, they're moving with full force, ready to face the flames. But wait, let's go a little deeper in the meaning of this story. Remember, Shiva didn't let the poison touch his heart. He held it in his throat. It burned, yes, but he transformed it into strength. And Nandi did the same. He carried part of the weight, silently, without poisoning his spirit. That's why Shiva and Nandi show us that when life gives us poison, criticism, betrayal, disappointment, we don't have to spread it to our body and mind. And we don't have to let it sink into who we are. We can hold it, transform it, turn it into wisdom and strength, and learn from it. So when you think about Nandi, try to see yourself in him. Spiritually, it's like when you finally put the phone down, close your eyes, and your mind goes quiet. That's when you notice what truly matters. Psychologically, it's like when a friend is hurting, and instead of sending a quick message, you show up at their door. Not to talk, not to fix, just to carry some of the weight with them. And culturally, it's like standing guard at the door of your own home, choosing carefully what you let in, because some things deserve protection. And maybe that's the lesson for us too. Most of the time, we're looking everywhere, at what others are doing, what they're saying, who's watching us. But Nandi teaches us, when you keep your eyes fixed on what truly matters to you, your purpose, your people, and your truth, The noise fades, the distractions lose power, and suddenly your path feels clear. That's why Nandi doesn't look at you when you walk into a Shiva temple, because he's already watching the only thing that matters.